All right, everybody. So in May of 1968, student protesters marched into the streets of Paris. They were all feeling kind of let down by the repressive nature of the traditional institutions that were in Paris at the time. So throughout the city, these students who were out, protesting, were spray painting messages on all of the city walls. And I want to share one of those messages with you today. This is what it said. Sous les pavés la plage. Does anyone speak French? So you can help me out, but I have a slide. It says, beneath the paving stones, the beach. So what this expression was trying to say and trying to get people to do is to reach down and pry away these paving stones that were on the ground and reveal the sand that was lying underneath them. So this was a pretty rebellious crew, so they would throw those stones. But the point was that they would reach down, pull away these really rigid stones, and reveal underneath a beautiful and sandy beach. So there's a deeper meaning to all of this that I find really useful working on projects in augmented reality. For these students, those paving stones represented the building blocks of a world, of a society that they were starting to really resent. The building blocks, let me go to my script here. So for these students, these were the building blocks, and they were really starting to resent. But underneath those building blocks, and this is the whole point of what I'm getting at here, was the world of their dreams, and that was the beach. Now, this was a world that people were passing over in the city all of the time and not really paying much attention to. But this was a dream world. It's you know what the beach is like. It's free. It's filled with joy and happiness and exploration. As architects of a world involving augmented reality, I think it's really important for you to consider whether what you are building is more like those paving stones or instead, hopefully, more like the beach. Because in the world that we have now, there are already enough of these metaphorical paving stones. If you think about advertising that's just getting in your way, if you think about games that are just trying to get you addicted, or worse yet, all of these applications that just turn us into passive users. Augmented reality is in a unique position early on enough that it can really go beyond these kind of paving stones. AR can, and I really think it should be, much more like and feel much more like going to the beach. So this is an idea that has informed a lot of my work. I'm a graduate student at the Yale School of Art. And my focus is on activating commonplace spaces that are often overlooked, as environments that promote play, magic, exploration. So one current project was inspired by going to the beach as a kid and seeing this guy. Everyone know this guy? Listening for bleeps in his metal detector as he's scanning the sand, looking for treasure. And you can see he's on the brink of a discovery that was underneath everyone else's noses the entire time. So I built this object over here. The detector has a little slot in the bottom where your smartphone goes into it. And I built an AR application that uses image tracking to recognize patterns in the street. Now, the user can go out exploring the city and looking for patterns that act as musical triggers. And this turns any city, any urban environment, really anywhere, into an infinitely programmable musical experience waiting to be explored. So underneath these paving stones, there's music. So for the past year, I've been working on an augmented reality product called Desk Fruit, which hopefully some of you have seen over the past couple days. Desk Fruit started with another kind of metaphorical paving stone, a place where it's pretty easy to feel repressed. And that's your office spaces and your desk. This is actually taken at my brother's desk. And so we wanted to find a way to bring a feeling of joy, just a daily, even a tiny morsel of joy through augmented reality. And so we came up with these sculptural objects, these half wooden spheres called desk fruit. I have one here in my pocket, I think. There we go. This is a desk fruit. And they act as trackers for augmented reality scenes and augmented reality games. And the goal is just to bring joy and a little bit of escape to boring desk jobs. So that's the starting point for this project. Well, augmented reality allows us to make visible our dream worlds. And it allows us to draw out of the landscape or our environment the things that we truly treasure or value. So I think it's important, as you build a future, for you to think about what are the paving stones that you see in the world, and more importantly, how can you reach down, pull them away and reveal whatever your version of the beach is. So that's all I have to say today. I hope I can show you a hands-on demo with this, but thanks so much for your time and have fun.